Mr. Spencer, my first question to you. Has this conflict, do you think, entered a fundamentally new phase? Is this going to be a temporary escalation, or is this going to be the beginning of a long-drawn war?
Well, it's a great question, and we do have different paradigms where people are already calling it a quagmire, and I don't know about their definitions of terms, but the war went for 38 days before there was a ceasefire call that the United States president has called dead. There was a memorandum of understanding to have a conversation, so we made it about 20 days into that before if you want to be objective, Iran started attacking commercial shipping because it said it was outside of what it had thought was the agreement. The United States responds to that. Then Iran attacks. And I want to be clear on the justification of Iran attacking Gulf states being the presence of U.S. bases or personnel there isn't a justification in accordance with the international norms and what that would mean to any country that I can attack your sovereign nation. If you allow somebody there, this isn't how this works. It isn't an escalation. This is clearly an end of the ceasefire, and the President Trump was just on the news last night talking about him having news from negotiation talks that continued despite these, which is about 4 nights in a row of Iran doing something, the U.S. launching about 100 strikes. So 3 or 4 nights of that attacking military sites that I believe really shouldn't exist in Iran anymore. But this is the complexity of war, the scale of it. There is no simple solutions. You're pointing out the stockpiles from interceptors to Tomahawk missiles, while the military industrial base of the United States has learned a lot of lessons and been asked to quadruple their production, and they said they can do that. It's very complex, but I think it's worth fighting for, which I'm sure will be one of our questions. I do believe that a non-nuclear terrorist state, and India is fully aware what a terrorist state will do once they have a nuclear weapon and what their activities will increase to under that nuclear or missile umbrella. I do believe that's important, and I believe freedom of navigation, no tolls, no Iran control of that strait is worth fighting for globally, and I think other people should acknowledge that.